Good evening. What's up? I see you. Erebus, cheers. Happy Wednesday. What's up, Jeez Louise? Champ it. How are you guys doing? My voice is, you're gonna kind of notice that my voice is a little off. So we'll see. Hopefully I can make it through. I think I'll be fine. It doesn't hurt. It just sounds weird. That's about it. IGN Rooked. You were first. That is true. Do I know you? Haven't seen you here before. What's up, Ajay? Not much is happening on my end. How are you doing? Ah, Jay. Got it. Makes sense. What's up, Jay? Oops, hold on. The chat is got to do a different one. Here we go. Trying to read this letter that was published in this environmental research journal. Greater than 99% consensus on human-caused climate change in peer-reviewed scientific literature. It's kind of like it says it's a letter that's open access. Environmental research letters. So I don't know what this journal is. I've never heard of it, but I mean, this seems to be getting pretty popular traction. It's already been mentioned in 4 Wikipedia pages since it was published yesterday. I don't know. While controls over the Earth's climate system have undergone rigorous hypothesis testing since the 1800s, questions over the scientific consensus of the role of human activities in modern climate change continue to arise in public settings. We updated previous efforts to quantify the scientific consensus on climate change by searching the recent literature for papers skeptical of anthropogenic caused global warming. This is redundant. They don't need to say anthropogenic caused, because anthropogenic means human caused. It'd be saying like human caused. What's up, Ashi? Dog? Let's see. I mean, I don't know. I don't think my camera's working. Let me see. Oh, there he is. Oh, he just fell off the couch. There he is. So he got a lot of exercise today, so he's kind of like passed out. Jameson, hey. Okay. You can go ahead and scratch yourself, buddy. Okay. So from a data set of 88,000 climate-related papers published since 2012, when this question was last addressed comprehensively, we examine a randomized subset of 3,000. Okay, so they randomly took 3,000 of the 88,000 published papers. They used a second sample weighted approach that was specifically biased with keywords to help identify any skeptical peer-reviewed papers. We identified 4 skeptical papers out of 3,000 as evidenced by abstracts that were rated as implicitly or explicitly skeptical of human-caused global warming. In our sample, utilizing pre-identified skeptical keywords, we found 28 papers that were implicitly or explicitly skeptical. We conclude with high statistical confidence that the scientific consensus on human-caused contemporary climate change expressed as a proportion of total publications exceeds 99%. Okay, so they basically just took a ton of articles and I wonder what kind of algorithm they used to so they evidenced by abstracts, like, so the abstract of the article that was rated as implicitly or explicitly skeptical. What does that mean, rated? Gotta look at their methodology. All right, categorization of climate papers. Impacts. So what up, Jay? In the soil practice thing you do for apes, I don't recall you talking about this specifically, but you didn't. Yeah, so it is due. It's something that you should do so that you just are familiar with the triangle, because it's part of the lab in class tomorrow. It's going to have you to use it, so I want you to kind of get a little bit of practice beforehand. So yes, it should take you longer than like 5-10 minutes. Really simple. Pretty straightforward. Okay, we rated the abstracts of papers, assigning them numbers according to their level of implicit or explicit endorsement or rejection of ACC, anthropogenic climate change, ACC. All right, so how did they rate it? So a level 1 endorsement was explicit endorsement with quantification. So this explicitly states that humans are the primary cause. An example, the global warming during the 20th century is caused mainly by increasing greenhouse gas concentration, especially since the late 1980s. 2, explicit endorsement without quantification. So explicitly states humans are causing global warming or refers to anthropogenic global warming. Climate change is a known fact. Emissions of a broad range of greenhouse gases of varying lifetimes contribute to global climate change. All right. Implicit endorsement implies humans are causing global warming. Research assumes greenhouse gas emissions cause global warming without explicitly stating carbon sequestration in soil is important for mitigating global climate change. So do they have to read these? They must have read 3,000 papers and then like rank them between 1 and 7. So a high ranking, so a ranking of 7 is going to be like they're explicitly rejecting human-caused climate change with quantification. Explicitly states that humans are causing less than half of global warming. Example, the human contribution to CO2 content in the atmosphere and the increase in temperature is negligible in comparison with other sources of carbon dioxide emission. Okay. Okay, so they created an algorithm to identify keywords within the papers Rated by C13 as skeptical. Hold on, C13. As per C13. What's C13? C13. Wait, C13. C13. Oh, Cook et al. 2013. Okay, got it. That's what C13 is. So they're using... The most recent well-known effort to quantify the consensus was published in 2013, encompassing papers appearing in the peer-reviewed literature between 1991 and 2012, and sparked the famous headline that 97% of world science supports climate change consensus. Yeah, so this is like 97% ace. Cheers. How goes it? So this is like a really big, in like climate change circles, and if you're teaching about climate change or discussing it, this 97% statistic is like always thrown around. It's like thrown everywhere, right? So like as evidence that climate change is real is like here, all of like 97% of scientists agree, right? You hear that all the time. So that came from this Cook et al. Study from 2013, where they did an analysis of all the papers published between 91 and 2012 to get that 97%. What happened? Why can't you play football? Get an injury? Ouch. Fractured thumb. Of all the fingers to fracture, the thumb, like the worst by far. So that probably puts you out for quite a bit, because usually a fracture takes like 6 to 8 weeks to heal at least, right? Or no, not 6 to 8 weeks. Well, yeah, like 6 to 8. 6 to 8 weeks, right? Is that right? 6 weeks? Or am I thinking like a bone? Yeah, like 6 to 8 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. So basically, I'm guessing what this did is it did the same thing the Cook et al. Study did back in 2013, but just like updated it and said, hey, we're going to do the same thing again, except from 91 to 2012, we're going to go 2012 to 2021. And now they get, instead of the 97% consensus, they're getting a 99%. So they're bumping it up because it says, so C13. So they're saying we base our methodology on C13 with some important refinements. So they're using the same methodology that the Cook et al. Study did, except they refined it in the sense that they searched the web of science for English language articles added between the dates of 2012 and 2020 with keywords climate change, global warming. C13 used the latter two phrases, but not climate change, without the preceding global. Makes sense. As discussed below, this was justified post facto in our study because the majority of skeptical papers we found would not have been returned had we used the same search phrases. Interesting. So they created a wider set of search terms, which yielded more papers by about 10 and 8 times more papers. I did, but I was gonna wait to watch them. I saw that you sent them, but I didn't watch them yet. I was gonna wait till the next time I saw you. Do you mind if I watch them right now, or would you rather me watch them not on the stream? All right. Man, my voice. So I started back to jujitsu on Monday of this week. So it'd been about almost 2 years since my ACL tears, and then COVID and all that stuff. So I got back into it, and then yesterday, I got like some like collar choke put on me by someone, and it just like I don't know what happened. It just made my voice go all funny. Like it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just like, and I don't know what it is. I worry that it's like I'm gonna be permanently stuck with this voice for the rest of my life, which is just not good. I don't know. Okay, let's see. So I have 2 clips here. So can you? Let's see. How do I? No, I didn't check it with the doctor because it happened yesterday, and it's not something that I'm like too concerned about because it doesn't hurt, and I'm imagining it'll just get better. Maybe it was just like a little bit of, I don't know what would cause it. Maybe a little inflammation of the larynx, or it could be the muscles that are kind of tired or something. I don't know. I mean, if it lasts for like longer than this week, I'm gonna definitely get it checked out, because I can't be talking like this the rest of my life. Because even though it doesn't hurt, it's like I have to strain more, and it feels very uncomfortable. It's not painful, but it's uncomfortable because it's like I can't control the pitch. Sometimes it like goes high and low. I feel like my voice is cracking, like I'm going through puberty or something. I'm getting flashbacks. Actually, that's not true. I'm not really getting flashbacks. My voice, I didn't really have like a terrible voice cracking when I went through puberty. I was pretty lucky in that regard. All right, so the first clip here. Hold on. How do I There we go. Give me 1 second. Whoa, okay, we got sound. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pop this bad boy up. I wonder why it's not showing. Why it's a black screen when I... Okay, well, I can't get it to show, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this one. All right, so this first one, what is this? What are we watching here? Can you set this first clip up for us? This is from a couple weeks ago, I'm guessing. Okay, number 33. Oh, I see you right here. So it looks like you're playing. Are you playing corner? So you're lined up against this guy who's wide out over here. Okay. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know. Is that helmet to helmet? I don't know what's legal anymore, but like it feels like when you hit, it's close. It's close. The crown of the helmet almost into the helmet. But it's a nice tackle though. Yeah, you stopped him in his tracks. Pretty solid. I don't know what the rules are in high school, but I imagine that you can't do helmet to helmet. Helmet to helmet contact, right? Okay, and then the second one. I'm still looking for 33, right? I don't know where you are. Oh wait, no, that's not you. Are you coming in motion? Oh yeah, you are. What was that what's that style of offensive play called? Where you're lined up as like a slot receiver and you make a run across the front. Is it just like a double wing? Okay. Nice. How far of a run was that? Was that like a 10-yard? I can't tell. I can't tell from that distance like how far we're going. Seven, 8. Nice. Nice little chunk. Well, kind of a bummer that you can't play now though. Oh, okay, you got one more clip, I see. All right, what's this last one? Okay, so this looks like it's from a different game because looks like you guys are in white jerseys this time. Oh, okay, Lynbrook, a little crosstown rivalry. Let's see. 33, so I'm guessing you're right here on the front. Lined up as, I guess, what would this be? Another double wing? Looks like another double wing kind of situation. Oh, basically same play. Oh, that one was like at least 12 yards. Yeah, that was like at least a 12-yarder. Nice, nice. Basically, that was basically the same play, right? Well, hey, keep going to it. If it works, it works. Well, I mean, I suppose, yeah, you'll have to like really, really wrap it. Because I think if with a thumb especially, you're obviously you can't really grip, so your grip's going to be limited, and like you're not going to be able to catch very well. But I guess you could probably run. You could probably run. You could probably tackle. I mean, the our opposable thumb is sort of like a very distinctive feature of our coordination as like higher primates. Not too many organisms out there have the opposable thumb, so it's pretty unique. We reviewed 1,000 studies that our keyword matching software identified as most likely to be skeptical out of the entire 88,000. After manual review, 28 skeptical papers within the most likely 1,000 were identified, with the majority being in the top rows of the data set. The first paper was skeptical, as were 12 out of the first 50, 16 out of the first 100. All right, Ace. Good luck. Hope you're able to get back on the field soon. Our results confirm, as has been found in numerous other previous studies of this question, there is no significant scientific debate among experts about whether or not climate change is human-caused. This issue has been comprehensively settled, and the reality of anthropogenic climate change is in no more contention among scientists than is plate tectonics or evolution. Wow. I mean, plate tectonics is like as solid as you can get of a scientific theory. Like it's just like, and evolution is like massively solid as well. So they're really trying to say, you know what, we're lumping it in with the big boys, the big scientific theories. Welcome to the big leagues, climate change. The tiny number of papers that have been published during our time period which disagree with this overwhelming scientific consensus have had no discernible impact, presumably because they do not provide any convincing evidence to refute the hypothesis. That in the words of the IPCC, International Panel on Climate Change, it is extremely likely that human influence has been the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. And most recently, in IPCC AR6, it is unequivocal that human influence has warmed the atmosphere. Well, yeah, you can make your case. It's just I want to finish this real quick. So I was not ignoring you insofar as just acknowledging it with a visual look, returning to what I was going to finish reading, and then going to come back to it. So I think, you know, as a nail in the coffin as this might seem to people who have their trust in the scientific community, the people that are typical climate skeptics, that would be like, so the class of person or the group of people or the kind of person, I guess, that would be like a climate change skeptic or climate change denier is the kind of person who's already going to not have high levels of trust in the scientific community for the most part. So a result like this that says like, hey, 99% of the studies in the scientific community show that humans are causing climate change is not going to really fall, it's not going to hit home for those people that are deniers, because they're going to be like, well, yeah, of course, the scientific community is like rigged. They're all like doing stupid stuff. So as reinforcing as this is, I feel like this is just sort of gonna just reinforce the people who already kind of who already have the trust in the scientific community, and they're just gonna be like, okay, it's just gonna reaffirm it. But for people that are climate change skeptics or deniers, this is gonna just be like, well, yeah, it's coming from the scientific community, so we don't trust it anyway, which is kind of unfortunate. So, Jay, have I heard of the idea where you paint 10% Earths with super white paint to solve climate change? So I haven't heard of that specific. I've heard of the idea of using super white paint. And I believe I think we were reading an article recently of like, yeah, this one. Like like someone just created the whitest paint ever. October 27th, 2020. So yeah, I guess this was a year ago. So scientists invented a paint that reflects 95.5% of sunlight. So it has like a massive albedo effect, which an albedo effect is just reflectivity. My God, it's so bright. I can't see it. I can't stand it. But I guess, so here's a couple things. Questions are, what are you going to paint white? Right? And how are you going to make sure that the stuff you paint white, if it's super reflective, so basically if you have super white paint, that's 95% reflective. Now, wait, hold on a second. Now, ahead of the unveiling of the new white, Semple has released a beta version. How do you have a beta version of a paint? I thought beta version, like that's kind of interesting. It's called the whitest white, which purports to reflect 99.6% of light. So, okay, it's essentially a mirror, right? Because a mirror is reflecting 100% of light, right? Because a mirror just reflects everything right back. So the question is it dangerous or problematic to have like massively reflective surfaces in certain areas? So obviously not if it's like, because we do already have a lot of like reflective ice in the ice caps and things. But I guess the question would be like, where are you painting this? You're not going to go and paint it around in natural environments. It's going to be painted in cities. And so like Ashi said, you can't really paint the roads because that reflectivity will make driving absolutely impossible. Well, the road, no, I don't think so. Rooftops, sure. Could understand that. A rooftop makes sense. And I think that's probably makes the most sense. I guess the only, that's kind of like the only thing I can think of is like tops of buildings. I mean, maybe parking lots. But I wouldn't want a bright white freeway just because of just the nightmare that comes with the reflectivity and driving. Yeah, but the reason why I say parking lots is because parking lots, you're not driving very fast. You're driving slow. But then again, actually, now that I think about it, a parking lot, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could cause problems. It's probably not a good idea, but if we're going to like try and stretch it to like the most, then maybe parking lots. Why not? What up, Cybeek? Why not buildings in general? Yeah, you could do buildings in general. Sure. Not run over children. Actually, I have a better idea. Why don't we just paint? Let's paint all of the children with this paint and let them just run around and let them do the work of reflecting it, right? After all, climate change is going to affect them, so why don't they put in the work? Um, if you could paint 10%, so Jay, if you paint 10% of the land, well, you wouldn't want to paint over natural landscapes because what you would be you because then you would like mess up the natural ecosystems, right? So I would probably just like paint buildings. Now the question is there enough buildings in the world to make up 10% of the land space? I don't know. That's actually a good question. What percent of land on Earth is covered by, I guess we'll say buildings? I could just say cities. Cities cover more of the Earth than realized. 3% of the world's land surface is covered with urban areas. 3%. So, and of that, a lot of the urban area is going to be roads, which you can't really do. So you're probably looking at like 1 to 2% of paintable surface, which is like way too low. So it's an interesting idea, but I doubt we'll be able to get to 10%. What if we just cover the ocean with plastic balls? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's cover the Earth's ocean with white plastic balls so they reflect the sunlight. You're gonna basically destroy the entire ecosystem of the ocean because now all the phytoplankton that are like the producers of the ocean that set the base of the food chain are gonna die because they're not gonna get any light. They can't do photosynthesis. Then everything else dies. That's like one of those things that someone's like, "This is a great idea," and then like the world ends. What up, creepy? So I'm just trusting this 3% number because I don't know. I don't see any sources here. A map. Oh, interesting. We have a map, an interactive map. Oh, this is population density overlaid with urban boundaries. Um, sure. Yeah, Jay, I 100% agree with you. Yeah, I think the 10% thing is kind of like a meme, but like I think if we just painted buildings white, even just like any new buildings that we build, we just make sure they're white. Like that's a huge thing. And then if you pair that with like people reducing their energy consumption, and you pair that with our energy sources shifting to more renewables away from like fossil fuels, our transportation maybe becoming less reliant on gasoline. I think all that together you could achieve it. It's just trying to get everybody to pull in the same direction is um, it's like almost impossible. Okay, what's up, Matt? Good evening. All right, we're what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're kind of done with the white paint thing. Hmm. So not only does it reflect sunlight to decrease heat absorption, but it also means we have to use less electricity to cool the house, which would use less fossil fuels, which would reduce global warming as well. Huh. It's kind of a little extra bonus. Yeah, it seems pretty good. This guy again. like how he's wearing sunglasses. He's like, my paint is so good. I need to put shades on, or else I'm gonna be blinded by this. He's like, careful, don't use a flash. Don't just turn the flash off on your camera. This is too much. This paint's too good. The whole white paint thing, Matt, are you talking about this seems questionable? I think it seems. I think it's something that should be done. Like I think we should be more aware of like when we make buildings. Like we can design if we're building on top of the earth, we have to consider like how do we sort of double down on that. Like, yes, we can't just stop building stuff, but we can build it in a way that's a little bit more sustainable or decreases like issues associated with climate change. I wonder how much this paint costs. I don't know if this is the same paint though. Light reflectance value. Oh, this isn't what we want. This isn't the right paint. It's Benjamin Moore. Yeah, I think it'd be useful in like big cities, yeah. Okay. So if I really wanted to like nitpick and be the person who's like the sort of cynic, I'd go, okay, cool. Seems good, but let's see. What is the environmental consequences of making this paint? So to be like, all right, what is this paint made of? It says here, where is it? Sorry, I lost it. Dude, I lost it. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Barium sulfate. So it's got barium sulfate in it. So what is barium sulfate? And how do we get it? Barium sulfate is an inorganic compound. It occurs as the mineral barite, which is the main commercial source of barium. Okay, so then we go to barite, and we go, okay, how is barite extracted from the earth? Okay, barite, uses. Barite, okay, it occurs mainly depositional environments and is deposited through many processes. Barite commonly occurs in lead, zinc, veins, in limestones, hot spring deposits. The global production of barite in 2019 was around 95 million tons. So I'd go like, okay, how is barite mined? The oil and gas industry, ironically, is the main user of barite worldwide. It's used as a weighting agent in drilling mud. Wow, so it's put into the stuff that they use for drilling. It's kind of ironic that the same mineral that's used to counter climate change is also used to propel it forward. This has caused the price of barite to increase. China and India are the leading producers. They also have the largest reserves. The United States does not produce enough to supply its needs. In 2011, the United States produced 700,000 tons and imported 2.3 million tons. So it's mined, and mining is not the best environmental thing, but I suppose it might not be terrible. I don't know. I'm not finding much on exactly how it's mined. Yeah, I'm not getting any information. So yeah, I don't know, Matt, about the price of it and everything. Like, in order for it to be feasible as a climate change remedy, the production of it can't be so environmentally unfriendly that its negatives outweighs the positives of its reflectivity, right? So that would be like the way to cynically approach this and really like double check. Like, is this something that is going to be good? We got to look at. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Barite mining in Africa. Barite is an unusually heavy, non-metallic mineral found as clustered tabular crystals or bladed masses in veins. Because it is often found in vein deposits, barite has a complex geometry and may be extracted from underground or the surface. Residual deposits are generally shallow enough for open cast mining using front-end loaders, excavators, or bulldozers. Open cast mining. What is open cast mining? AKA open pit mining. Okay, so this is also how we mine diamonds, actually. Open pit, known as open cast, is a surface mining technique. This form of mining differs from extractive methods that require tunneling, such as longwall mining. Open pit mines are used when deposits of commercially useful rock or ore are found near the surface. Okay, so yeah, open pit mining is you just basically just dig a giant hole in the surface like this, right? What is going on in this picture? Everyone's like perfectly lined up. Yeah, here's an open pit. So keep in mind that if you're going to do this kind of mining for barite, you have all of the stuff that you're extracting has to go somewhere. And this is obviously causing degradation of the land. You're removing all of the soil, increasing erosion. All of this stuff is not so great. So that's one downside. It's mainly mined in China, India, Morocco, Mexico, US, Iran, Turkey, Russia, Kazakhstan, Thailand, Laos. It's usually exported in its crude form in bulk shipments to be milled and bagged closer to its destination. So then there's the secondary thing of the energy required to mill it and bag it, so basically to refine it and turn it into usable stuff. To produce white barite, chemicals are used to remove iron oxide stains. So now we're using a chemical treatment process, which may have toxic side effects. So, all this to say, there's going to be some problems with the whole process of actually getting this barite. What up, Adoshi? Adoshi? Aryan, right? All right. So Ashi, what was your you were trying to say that there was something. How many grams would the process remove? I don't know about the details of it. You'd have to do like an analysis of all of the side effects for for producing it. I don't know. I don't know. I think you'd have to talk to somebody who actually mines or produces this stuff. But I think it'd be worth looking into if you really wanted to do a full environmental cost benefit analysis of super white paint, right? Like how much CO2 is it gonna, or excuse me, how much is it gonna reflect in terms of heat to prevent global warming versus how much carbon dioxide emissions are going to be generated in its production that would counteract its positives, and what kind of environmental damage is the mining doing, right, to the actual earth. Okay, Ashi, what's your point? You're saying you disagree with assuming that giving women more jobs leads to an inevitable decrease in birth rate. So you disagree that giving women more jobs leads to an inevitable decrease in birth rate. Do you disagree with the assumption? Because the data shows that as education and job opportunities are increased, countries that have more professional access for women in terms of careers and jobs, the number of children born per woman decreases. Yeah, Matt, I do know they do have a lot of mining, but I don't know if they're mining barite. I doubt that they're mining barite in Germany, because it seemed like the most common places that barite is mined is like China, some places in Africa, Middle East. Okay, let me answer your question, Arian. For the claim on the condom lem, you talked about HIV cannot be transmitted through latex, but can be transferred through lambskin, though the chances are low, as only one group got a trace. Is that a correct claim? Arian, I would say that's not the best claim you could make here. So I think I understand where you're going with this, because you see the trace and you think, well, that indicates that the starch may have gotten through. But when we look at this, what I think you should do is look at it more holistically. So that trace could be more likely human error than it is actually anything that we need to be concerned too much with. Because if three of them had none and one had like a trace, the trace, I don't know if that really is conclusive. So I would lean towards the just looking more at the average. So your claim, you're making a claim based off of the average of the data, and you're not making a claim necessarily based off of one piece of data. Yeah, so just make sure your claim is in line with the general shape of what the data shows. No problem. Okay, so Ashi, let me see. So you're saying, so I don't, I maybe there's like a little confusion. It's not like I'm saying, or it's not like the idea is that you offer, like if you offer women jobs, all of a sudden they're just gonna like stop having babies. It's not like it's not really like offering. It's more of like on average. It's like we're not looking at like an individual case. We're looking at like at a societal level. Um, what's up, Arcane? Yeah, no, my voice. I'm feeling fine, and my voice is not a product of me being sick or anything. My voice is a product of me going back to training. Started training jujitsu again this week, and yesterday I guess I got like there was some I was rolling with somebody doing some like sparring, and they got a choke hold on me in such a way that like put some pressure. Like it didn't feel like a problem at the time, and nothing ever really hurt, but it just must have squeezed my neck in just such a way that it did something to my voice. Um, but it doesn't hurt. It's a little uncomfortable because it feels like I can't control my voice very well. So like when it goes high and low, it's like a little frustrating. Um, and it just keeps feeling like I have to clear it, but there's nothing to like clear. I don't know. We'll see. It's just gonna. I have to wait it out. But thanks for noticing. Okay, so I'm trying to think of how to address your stuff. I understand the the sentiment of what you're saying, and I think I tend to agree with it, Ashi. I'm saying when you have a situation where you have two groups, where one, and when I say groups, I'm gonna kind of reference like societies, right? Where one society, there's a cultural um, emphasis on education. So everybody, including women, are spending more of their lives being educated, like in school. And then that translates to professions and careers that come from that education. And you compare that group to another society where there is no educational opportunities for women, maybe a little bit for men, but in the case of uh, actually physically having babies, obviously that's the female sex. So if there's no education, what typically happens is marriage and families begin as soon as reproductive maturity is reached. Not always, but on average, that's the case. So if you have two societies, one in which the first child being born is coming at the age of 14 or 15, and another society where the first child on average is coming at the age of, let's say, 24, the fact that there's almost a 10-year gap there, by definition, means that there's going to be less overall children in the first society with a later start age. Because even if you are maximizing how many babies you could have, right, every like 9 months or like every 10 months or whatever the max is, you're still going to lose that race because you're starting later. So what we say is that because education and careers deprioritize marriage and prioritize spending your time doing other things and not getting married and having children, countries and societies that have access to education for women are going to see a big decrease in birth rate. And we do see that. And that's just like the data is backing that up. Now, to talk about that at like an individual level, like, oh, you take two people and you offer one a job and the other not. The person that gets offered the job is always never going to have less kids. No, of course not, right? That's you can't take an average and apply it to an individual. So I think that's kind of the gist. Now, of course, there are other things that go into this, like obviously in countries that have higher access to education and things like that, there's also going to be better access for things like family planning, so access to birth control, which is going to allow women to actually have a decision in whether or not they want a child. Let's see. Yeah, creepy. So yeah, like I see where you're going with that, but like yeah, so it turns out that in certain countries where you have like lower access to education and things like that, it tends to be that like all around, like education is just one piece, but like all around it tends to be that women are um like like the total freedom and choice that a woman has in a country in one country versus another is very much related to birth rate. So in, let's say, like an imaginary country like society A, um, the country is relatively free for women. They can choose to pursue education. The opportunities are there for them to take if they want. They can pursue them as far as they want. There's few to no barriers. They can pursue that. They can get careers. They have full access to family planning. They can use birth control. They can choose who they marry, right? Like freedom in all dimensions. Versus society B, where that freedom is extremely restricted, meaning women are not granted opportunities for education. They are not granted opportunities for access to family planning. They are not necessarily allowed to choose who they marry or when they marry. So in society A, when given a choice, that choice by definition creates a lower birth rate because some of those women will choose to not have children. In country where there is no choice, unfortunately, and this is kind of, one of the problems with sex and gender inequality around the world, is that women are often not given a choice at all. And so by dint of having no choice, their birth rate's going to be higher because like that is all like, and not to be crude about it, but sometimes it's just like, that's the societies where women are looked at as like baby making machines to an extent. So when I talk about jobs, that's just like one dimension of like an overall societal structure where there are certain societies where women are very much constrained in their freedoms to do things other than have a family, like start a family and start having children, right? And so when you open up those constraints, the birth rate will shift lower because by dint of having options, a subset will take that option to not have as many children, and that those will lower the average. Sure, you might have some that are just going to continue that just by dint of wanting to start a family really early, and that's what they will do that as well. So I think that's the kind of picture that you should think about. I don't know if that resonates at all. Let me know if that's something that doesn't sound right. Oh, Ashi, no, it's not prescriptive. it's not like it's not like it's not like okay. It's not like I was saying like increasing the amount of jobs women have is purely to decrease. Like it's not like so I don't, it's not meant to be like the only reason why we offer jobs to women is so they have less kids. That's not like what the point of that. That's not at all like there. That's off. That's not what's happening. It's like jobs are. It's like the word jobs here I think is misleading. It's opportunities to pursue things that are not like you have to get married and have kids as soon as you hit puberty. Like it's other options. So that might even be just like going and traveling or pursuing something you're interested in. Or just deciding like, hey, I just want to be by myself. I don't want to get married. I just want to like just do my own thing. Like the jobs piece is just, I guess in that sense creepy. Maybe you're right. Maybe like um, it could be a little misleading when you just sort of use jobs as the placeholder there. But yeah, it's more just like the lack of constraint is really what we're getting at here, right? It's opening up opportunities in all regards in an equal way for both genders, or both sexes, is really what we're getting at. It just turns out that an easy way to sort of encapsulate that is talking about like educational opportunities. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get at. Not so much specifically about jobs. Hey, Jameson. Hey, what are you barking at, dude? It's okay, buddy. Alrighty. Cybik, you want the jam cam? All right. Where is... I have the cam, but I don't know if I have the jam right now. Jameson. Come here, buddy. And get a real up close view, buddy. There he is. He's just going to chill there now, I think. I think he was hearing somebody at the door, so he was kind of barking, but looks like he's settling down. Okay. Wonder how long I could just leave it like this and just never come back. Well, it doesn't seem like there's too many other questions for office hours, so. What's up? What's up, Shanna? Long time no see. I'm not gonna just leave it on Jameson. That's rude. He's trying to sleep. I honestly have never gotten his consent to be streamed publicly, so I'm actually feeling a little guilty about that. Oh man, there's a video I want to watch called Hollywood Anti-Vax Riot, or Rally rather. But it's just too. I don't think I can watch it on stream. It's too much. The language. What kind of music is this, Ashi? Oh, you Taylor Swift me. You Taylor Swifted. I think Taylor Swift is a DMCA trigger. I would guess. I probably can't play Taylor Swift without getting slammed. Creepy, do you have any video of the marching band? Like, do they
Emergency power only. Oxygen production.
do they take video of it at any time? Because it's hard for me to make it out to the games just due to my schedule. But like, if there was yeah, your marching band. Because I know that you play at the games, but the timing of the games is like right when I'm doing either one, taking like Jameson to the park, or two, I'm doing jujitsu. So I was curious because I know that like, so I remember Ace, he had some footage of his game that I could watch. It's not hearable. Yeah, I guess with the marching band, the audio quality is going to be really important. Makes sense. Actually, let's just go down here. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, yes. I'm a genius. I'm an absolute genius. I made a list last time of what I was doing. Please tell me I didn't delete it. Hold on. Dang it. Got it. Subnautica list. Found it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Prawn suit and perimeter defense. Okay, prawn suit needs 1 lithium, 1 diamond, and 2 gel sacks. 1 lithium, 1 diamond, 2 gel sacks, and then 3 deep shrooms. Okay, so 3. So I guess I'm going to start with... Wait, shoot, is that 1 lithium in addition to what I have? Probably, right? Because of prawn suit. Yes, it must be because I think it was for ingredients to make like the aerogel. So I need a diamond, a lithium, and 2 gel sacks. Okay, diamond, lithium, and 2 gel sacks. Cameras. There's the life pod. So where I want to go is actually over this way. So I'm pretty sure
Calorie intake recommended.
all the lithium I need is over here in the mushroom forest. Speaking of moose, there was a video. Actually, I was just watching a video about a moose walking in the walking like a huge moose. Is this like what your night is every time you drive, Saibik? Dude, what is this kind of video? Is this?
Look at this big fella here. Wow, Kalia, look at him. He's huge. Hey there,
Yeah, that's like
bud.
2 times the size of a car.
Hey there, bud. You gotta... No, I'm not gonna touch it. Hey there, bud.
Look at the
Hey there,
the antlers on that thing. The rack.
Got a beer there, bud, huh? You just gonna send it? Yeah? Okay. You just gonna send it there, eh, bud? Huh? Just gonna send it. Later, Dad.
Anyway, I saw that the other day and I was reminded me of that with your conversation. Oh my god. Hold on. Now we're gonna watch some moose fight, apparently, in someone's yard. I know, Saibik, I'm just memeing. Imagine like coming out to this, you're just like, okay, we're gonna steer clear of this sort of confrontation. They're like tearing up the concrete. Oh, right into the car. Oh, pinned.
Get back. Up here, be good. Stay up here.
Yeah, I think this is pretty common for males to fight. It's usually not territorial. It's usually over like mating opportunities. Or if they feel like threatened, they'll fight too. Let's see, where is my... I should find lithium all along here, but I'm not finding any.
Yep, you won the battle.
Alright, that's one lithium. I think I saw another one over here I just wanted to grab. Oh no, I got fooled. That's that one.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, got the lithium. I need a diamond and 2 gel sacks. Shale outcrops. Wait, which mushrooms? Over there. Nice. Nice.
Emergency. Starvation
Oh shoot, I gotta get
Cease calorie intake immediately.
oh my god. This is not good. There's 3. Ashi, the more you ask me if I'm gonna dye my hair, the less likely I am gonna give you an answer. Oh my god, this thing's about to break. How to take this thing? Okay, I'm out of here. These things are gonna destroy this. A brief history of Spam, an American meat icon. Wait, Spam? I thought Spam was something that people in like Australia were big fans of, not Americans. I gotta get out of here. Gotta go get this repaired. 12% health on this thing. Hopefully this repairs it. Health 11%. Does this heal it? No, that's right. I have to use. Oh, wait.
All systems online.
I have to, okay. I actually didn't need to go back. I forgot that I can just heal it with this thing.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Okay. So now I need to find shale outcroppings. Shale outcropping. Kelp forest. Question is, what the heck? Wait, kelp forest? These are like over here. Like, this is a kelp forest, right? Question is, are there even shale out? I might have harvested all the shale outcroppings here. So I might have to find another spot. Yeah, I think it's all tapped out. Sandstone.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, mushroom forest instead. That's right. Okay. And I'm kind of lost. I forget where the heck I was. So over there is My base. The mushroom forest is like gotta be right around here. Oh wait, this might be actually a good spot as well. Let's look along these walls for shale outcroppings.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Yeah, I should get water. Let's think. Do I have some on me? Oh, nice.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Oh, here we go. Shale. Limestone. Guess I'm not in a spot yet.
Erosion patterns on the land masses suspended here suggest they once floated on the surface.
Interesting. What is this? Boom. Got my diamond.
Welcome
Okay.
aboard, Captain.
No. The other thing was gel sacks. How do I find those? Gel sack is an edible flora that can be used in craft aerogel. It's usually found attached to the walls of deep caves. It can either be picked up or harvested using a knife. A gel sack gives 1 spore per knife strike. Up to 3 spores can be collected from a single gel sack in this way, with the sack being destroyed by the 3rd strike. Extracting spores from a gel sack has no effect. Okay. So gel sacks are in deep caves. Northwestern. What? Appearance. So it looks like this. So I'm looking for this kind of a thing. A good source of gel sacks used to be the Safe Shallows Trench, but gel sacks there have since been removed. Okay. Gel sacks are always found at the base of the giant mushroom tree in northwestern mushroom forest. Northwestern. The northwestern mushroom is the smaller of the two. It's found next to and nearly underneath the front of the aurora. Okay. All right. I know exactly where to go. All right. Where is the aurora? There it is. Okay, so gel sacks should be found at the base of the giant mushroom trees. Ah, is this it? No, that doesn't look. That's not it. Oh, this one looks the biggest. Oh, what if it's down here? Oh, it's gotta be under here. This looks too right. Looks too good of a locale.
You are currently inside a long calcified root system.
Okay.
Evidence suggests it was eaten away by other life forms over many centuries to form these natural caves.
I gotta be careful. I'm gonna get lost in here. Big time. Gonna get lost in here. I don't even know the way out already. This is bad news. Oh, jeez. Dude, this is like claustrophobia inducing. I'm all backwards. Oh, shoot. How do I get out of here? Okay, here it is. Okay. I don't think I can fit this thing in here. So get out of here. Stop messing with my thing. Okay. Alright. So we'll do a... Okay. So if you can remember the pathway we take. So straight down. So, okay, hold on. You go all the way up to the top. Once you hit the top, look for the light exit. Okay, just go all the way up. So it's all about going up, 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 up. Oh my god. This is an absolute nightmare of like dead ends. Oh, wait, is that it? No. Oh, there's air bubbles. That's really important. Get some air. Still not finding these jelly sacks that are supposed to be down here. I gotta go through here. Yeah. I guess I might as well harvest this stuff while I'm here. So, Doshi, Aryan, sorry I didn't see your message. You had more question on the condom lab assessment tomorrow. Will we need to reasoning part? Nope. So I'm just gonna ask you for a claim and for 4 lines of evidence. That's it. No reasoning. It's not a full CR. I think the wiki was lying to me. Said there's supposedly gel sacks down here, but I don't see any. I don't see a single one. I think I've explored this entire area, so I can confidently say no gel sacks down here. But what I should do is find that place to get oxygen. Oh, whoa, wait, I haven't explored this whole thing. Oh, Jesus. Oh! It's like a thermal vent or something. What's that? Okay, I'm about to die. Okay, please, please, please.
30 seconds.
Okay, through here. I think this is where... Yes, there you are. Brain coral.
Seconds.
No problem, Aryan. Uranite crystal. Okay, so here's like a thermal vent. So if I go down here, maybe there's stuff down here. What's this? No. I think rubies are pretty good. I'm gonna grab them. I think they're useful. Oh, another brain coral. Okay, so I can kind of stay down here infinitely. Or at least until I run out of food. Apparently this is like too hot for me. Holy cow, this is like a... Okay. What up, coins? How long have I been playing it? On this save? I don't know. It's a good question. Like, as far as time, but I think I started playing this game last year sometime. I'm actually coming back to it after several months off to try and finish it at last. Okay, hold on. We need to look this up. So where did I read? The gel sacks are always found. Oh, that's a bummer you lost your save. Oh, here it is. Gel sacks are always found at the base of the giant mushroom tree. Of the giant mushroom tree. Okay. So there must be like one big one, which I thought I found. And so that's why I'm like swimming. I swim way down in the root structure of that tree. So maybe it didn't mean like way down where I'm at. Maybe it meant like closer to the actual base of the tree externally, not in the giant cave system. Yeah, I do agree this is a pretty underrated game. Although it does get good reviews on Steam. So I would say the reviews do it service. I think its popularity doesn't match its reviews, you know, or its quality. Because I don't know that many people that played this. And oh, whoa. Wait, do I have to smash something open? Okay, I don't think I've been here before. This looks new. Wait, let me just see. What if I hit these? Oh, this is food and water? Dude, I can live down here for years. Are you kidding me? Dude, there's oxygen, there's food, and there's water down here. I just straight live here. So, Ashi, yes, you can recommend YouTube videos. And then also, secondly, if you mix an acid and a base, do they cancel each other out? Yes, acids and bases cancel each other out. They don't react violently. Creepy, I don't think. Unless it's certain kinds of acids and bases. but like just general acids and bases, it just turns into water. So a base has a lot of OH, and a acid has a lot of H plus, and they react to form water. So when you take an acid and a base and you mix them together, most of the time you're just going to generate water. I think. I mean, my chemistry is not the best, so let's look it up. All right, maybe watch a video. If I remember correctly from my chemistry, that's what happens. I think it's called neutralization reactions. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube. What happens when you mix the water, acid with the base? Sorry.
To understand how acids react with bases, we take about 2 milliliters of sodium hydroxide solution in a test tube and add a couple of drops of phenolphthalein solution to it. What do you notice about the color? Yes, the color of the solution turns pink. The indicator phenolphthalein is colorless in acidic solutions but goes pink in basic solutions. As sodium hydroxide is a base, the indicator turns pink. Now to see how bases react with acids, we add hydrochloric acid to this drop by drop. What do you observe? We see that the solution turns colorless again. So the colorless base turned pink and then again turned colorless after an acid was added. What does this prove? We can say that the effect of a base is neutralized or nullified by an acid. Does the reverse also happen? Will an acid be neutralized by a base? To find out, let's add a few drops of sodium hydroxide back to the above mixture. Acid and a base react to give us salt and water. And guess what such a reaction is called? It's called a neutralization reaction.
Yeah, see, so you get water because of the OH and the H. So the OH from the sodium and the H plus the chlorine. So I don't know about violent reactions, Creepy. You linked the Wikipedia article on it. Yeah, so maybe like depending upon the acid and the base that you're mixing. I don't know. This Wikipedia is very technical. I don't know if this is going to help me understand. Appreciate the link though. Oof, I cannot get close to that. Okay. I don't know where I am anymore. I need oxygen. Do I see bubbles over here? Yes, I do. I'll kill you.
30 30 seconds.
Wait. Is this stream gonna be deleted? No, not. I mean, usually it just goes as like a VOD on Twitch and YouTube and just stays there. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend saying anything or ask anything that you don't want public anyway. So whether or not it gets deleted is not really as important. It's the fact that it's like public by default. So I'm hoping that it's dark because it's nighttime and not that I'm in some like deep dark cave that I'm never going to find my way out of. Because I'm already getting claustrophobic just thinking about this. So, I don't remember how I even got in here. Oh no. Alright, where's the fire pit? Okay, there's the fire pit. 12. Oh my god. What's in here? How do I get into this life pod? Dude, how do I... Here we go.
Integrating new PDA data.
Medical officer crew log.
I'm not really a doctor. I know that's what my ID says, but I never have been. Cheated the medical exams. What does a doctor these days need to know about manually resetting bones? When was the last time a top surgeon actually cut someone open? That's what the robots are for. Doctors these days read diagnoses
Can't pick up this health kit.
off of computer readouts. For that, I'm perfectly qualified. But what good is it when I'm not connected to the main network? I'm bleeding. I've got glowing green pustules growing on my hands. I run a self-scan and it tells me I've got skin irritation. The only thing I studied in medical school was how to lie convincingly. What the hell do I know about how to treat an alien disease? I think I'm actually going to die down here.
I feel you, bro. I feel the same way. I think I'm gonna die down here. So Airbus, I would use my flashlight if I had battery power. Oh, I do have battery power. I can switch out the battery from this thing. Oh, wow. Wait, Airbus, since you're here. Oh, I was reading the wiki and it said that I could be able to find gel sacks down here. Oh shoot, I gotta find a AirPod.
30 seconds.
It said you can find gel sacks at the base of the giant mushroom tree in the northwestern mushroom forest. So I followed it down and I somehow ended up way down here. So, I don't know if you know, I haven't found any. Oh, I actually came out from underneath. So the surface is right here. I'm not in a cave system. It was just nighttime. Never mind. I somehow exited the cave system inadvertently and ended up out in the open ocean. So we're all good. Okay. Wait. What's this? No. You failed your gel sacks in the blood kelp. Okay. Yeah, that was gonna be my next place to go. I thought I could just get a quick one with at the mushroom forest. What is it that you're allowed to say and not? I mean, you could talk about pretty much anything, Ashi. Like, there's no topic that you can't discuss. The only thing that's not okay is just like, I mean, anything that's just sort of like, you know, hateful, violent, excessively inflammatory. But if it's just like a topic that's kind of sensitive, like, I think we can have conversations about those kinds of things. As long as we handle the conversation in a sensitive way, you know? So I think, see, this is the giant mushroom tree. This is what I thought it was referring to. So I went down into there. Oh, I missed it. It's right there. Wait, no, that's not it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So apparently there's supposed to be gel pods around here, but the wiki could be lying. The wiki has been lying to me before, so I would not be surprised if it continues to lie. It says you could find it at the base of the giant mushroom tree, so. Get away. LifePod 19. I don't think I've been there yet. Yep. $300 meters. Yeah, I should make a battery charger. I think that was like one of the things next on my list. After the prawn suit. Endorphins. I don't think I have a full understanding of endorphins either, Ashi. So I would have to, we'd have to do a little bit of research. Oh my god, it's 1,500 meters away. I thought it said 300. Wait, it said 300 meters. Oh, that means that's like its depth. Okay, yeah, I'd be interested in learning about them. All I know about endorphins is that they are things that your body releases during times of like acute stress. So like high intensity exercise can cause an endorphin release. And they're meant to sort of maybe cause like a decrease in the pain of the stress, or maybe euphoria, or a sense of like feeling pleasure in moments of stress. And endorphins can often be associated with good feelings, like especially from like long distance marathon runners can get them. These kinds of things. That's all I know. So, from pain. Oh, so just in general pain. So it doesn't have to be. It can be like, even just sort of like physical pain that's not associated with like some sort of like activity. Creepy, there's a bug, a revolutionary bug, that lets the same stack of items be in multiple places at once. The same stack of items at once. So you could have a stack of arrows on you, and that same stack of arrows could be like in a ender chest or something like that. Like, what's useful about that? It just seems like it's taking up 2 inventory slots. Like, why would you care to have? Does that give you twice as many of the item? So if I have like a stack of like 200 arrows on me and in the chest, I would have 400 arrows, or do like every time I use an arrow, it goes down to 199 in both places? Because if that's the case, then it's like, well, why would I want to just take up 2 spaces? That's true, Erebus. I will remember to park it not so low.
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Oh, shoot. Okay, here we are. So, I'm going to park it here. You can manipulate it with hoppers. Wait, I lost track of it. Where is this thing? Oh, it's over here. You can manipulate it with the slot with hoppers, so you can have a stack of redstone that refills automatically. Oh, got it. Oh, that makes sense. So if I have I could put the same stack in my inventory and then put it in a hopper. So I basically have an infinitely reloading stack on me. That makes sense. That's actually really useful. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Or a stack of stone that empties down to 1 when you're mining. Yeah. I did? Pass the gel sacks. Wait. Oh, here they are.
New blueprint acquired.
Nice. Okay, got the gel sacks. So let's just visit this wreckage, and then we'll go back. Erebus, your memory for this game is insane. Like, how do you remember all of this stuff? I don't have planters. How do I get to this thing? I feel like I'm not going the right direction. Maybe it's like up. Wait, so it's just straight down from here.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in. This is Keen. Light pod detached to OK plan and fall in 30 seconds.
The computer has identified a landmass at the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there.
Understood, but
They are your responsibility now. Don't let them down.
Captain, you need to evacuate.
Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent.
Captain!
Wow. That PDA log almost turned into some like sick dubstep at the end there.
30 seconds.
Did I pass the blood kill biome? Yeah. There's a modded item called a dev/node that lets you install it. I think I have the blueprint. I have an exterior grow bed. Is this what you mean? All you need is titanium. That's easy. Oh, indoor grow bed. Maybe it's the indoor one. Same though. All you need is titanium. Got it. So though if I plant those, they just grow more. So I have 5 on me. That's probably enough. Fungal sample. Ashi, did you ever link that video? I don't think I see it. Okay, drop the seeds. So creepy, it's so interesting for big tech because it used to be that you had to have huge redstone wires running between farms if you want to turn them off from a central location. This is real wireless redstone, and it's way more practical to set up than previous examples. Just seen an update suppressor, but who doesn't have one of those? Wait, creepy, I think you're technically way beyond me, so I don't really quite understand how this leads to wireless redstone. Is the redstone somehow linked between the two stacks? So if I, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, Asha, I thought you said you were linking a video about endorphins or something. Or do you want me to find a video about endorphins? Was that your... Okay, let's go back to the base. Got it. Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Endorphins, or endogenous morphine, are opioids that occur naturally in the human body. They are so named because they bind to the same opioid receptors in the nervous system as morphine and produce morphine-like effects such...
Wow, I didn't realize that endorphins were a class of opioids, like morphine. It's endogenous morphine. So basically it's just a painkiller that you secrete naturally. I didn't realize that. So if you've never had an opioid painkiller, or if you have had one, like a hydrocodone, OxyContin, Vicodin, these are all opioid painkillers. They definitely provide like a very pleasurable sense of like feeling when you take them. So, and that makes sense that endorphins would be like, could be addictive because opioids are addictive. So you could understand how like an endogenous opioid, like an endorphin, could also be just as addictive. You can have a pair of linked stacks, each in a chest. Yeah, you measure the fill of the stack on the receiving end with a comparator. And to trigger the wire, you take them out. You set it up so that taking one out of it. Oh, I think I understand it. I think for me to fully grasp it, I'd have to see it in action. But I think I still would need to see it in action though. My Minecraft knowledge is dwindled since the last time.
Such as pain relief and euphoria. There are 3 endorphins: alpha, beta, and gamma endorphins. All 3 are short peptides derived from the common precursor protein, pro-opiomelanocortin, POMC. POMC is synthesized in the pituitary gland, hypothalamus, medulla, and some other tissues outside the brain. Beta endorphin is most studied and represents the bulk of knowledge we have about endorphins in general. Endorphins are released in response to a number of stimuli, with the major stimulus being pain. They exert their effects by binding to opioid receptors in both central and peripheral nervous systems. In peripheral nerves, binding of endorphins, specifically beta endorphin to opioid receptors, prevents the release of substance P, a key factor in transmission of pain signals. In the brain, the same binding between beta endorphin and its receptor leads to increased dopamine release. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that underlies the brain reward pathway. Engaging in enjoyable activities causes dopamine release from dopamine-producing neurons into the synaptic space, where it binds to and stimulates dopamine receptors on the receiving neuron.
Sounds good,
stimulation
creepy.
is
I'll take a look.
believed to produce the pleasurable feelings or rewarding effect. Normally, GABA, another neurotransmitter, inhibits dopamine release in the nucleus accumbens. By binding to receptors on GABA inhibitory neurons, endorphins reduce GABA's activity ultimately increase dopamine release and induce pleasurable feelings. Dopamine release in response to pain signals may explain why pain can sometimes feel good.
Interesting.
Endorphins are also produced in response to pleasurable activities, meditation, laughter, and vigorous exercise. And these factors have been shown to increase one's tolerance to pain. Endorphins are thought to contribute to the runner's high sensation, a euphoric state some people experience after intense exercise. They may also underlie exercise addiction, in which the brain is desensitized due to repeated and excessive exposures to endorphins, and people keep increasing the amount of exercise in order to achieve the same desired sensation.
Wow. That was actually a really informative video, even though it was short. I learned actually quite a lot right there. So basically, when you experience pain, it can be pleasurable because of the endorphin release. That's kind of interesting.
Item shadowing. Item shadowing is the ability to have an item instance in two places at once. So how do we create shadow items? Let's start off with the basics. You're first going to need an update suppressor, the inventory in which you want to make a shadow item in, and a comparator.
Well, actually, they are opioids. An endorphin is an opioid. It's the same thing. It's just an endogenous one. It's a version that your body produces inside that you make. Yep. So it's like your body's way of making sure that you can like diminish a pain signal a little bit.
When you put an item into the chest will give out a comparator update, which this comparator will receive. When a comparator gets updated, if it's on an illegal block, such as an open trapdoor, it will pop off within the comparator update of this chest. When a comparator breaks, it gives block updates 2 blocks away, which update suppresses the comparator update. And so, when doing a swap operation specifically within the chest with this setup.
Yep, actually that looks like that's the case, yeah. So it's kind of like you're getting addicted to your own opioid to an extent if you're like addicted to pain. So it's like you're not addicted to the pain, you're addicted to the opioid that's released when the pain is created. So it's like I mean, heroin is an opioid. Like these are all external opioids, exogenous opioids. So when you experience pain, it's like kind of like an opioid that you're taking internally.
You'll see that you're able to get shadow item. This comparator.
Sorry. Yes, yeah. So that would be the thing to keep in mind is that like your body will become tolerant always of signals, and like any signal that becomes over exaggerated, your body learns to tune it out and ignore it. So you need stronger and stronger signals. So the reason, one of the things in that video about like the runner's high is that like people that get really into running, they need to run more and more and more and more to like get that same runner's high. So these are the people that like can go from like running a mile a day or something, or a couple miles a day, to like end up being these like ultra marathoners who are running like 150 miles over the course of like 2 days. Like, right, this is like that kind. Now I would say it's not just the endorphins that are causing them to do that. There's probably other factors, but like, yeah, like you could definitely like start to get a resistance and like need to up that like pain signal more to increase more of a release of the endorphins to get the same pleasurable feeling. Yeah. Well, usually the way addiction works is that it's not like all of a sudden, oh, I'm not getting pleasure anymore, so I stop doing it. It's now I need to do it even to a higher degree to get the pleasure. So you would seek the pleasure above and beyond once the resistance sets in. If that makes sense. Yeah. Now I imagine it's not as strong of an addiction as like taking an external opioid, because you're taking like really high concentrations of the opioid when you're taking like like a heroin or a morphine or a Vicodin or a OxyContin, all these synthetic opioids. The internal one is going to be released in very small concentrations, so the odds of like creating a massive addiction are a little bit lower, probably lower, and like the feeling you get is definitely smaller, and the amount of dopamine that's involved is probably less. So, yeah.
Is actually broken, and it's just client side there. But these diamonds are the same. Before I go into more detail, Fallen Breath has also made a video, and will be linked in the description below. Fallen Breath will be doing the specifics and limitations of item shadow. This video is about the contraptions and what's possible using shadow items. Before I show the contraptions, there's a few things I need to point out. Opening your inventory in creative mode will break shadow items.
Right.
So as you can see right now, I have diamonds here that are shadowed. The hopper can pick them up. Although if I open my inventory, they're no longer shadowed. You can have multiple shadow items at the same time.
Okay. Bye, Ashi.
Like so. And you can store items, your shadow items, inside of an ender chest. Last but not least, you can also dupe items super easily. So easily that I keep doing it accidentally. You can do it by just putting the shadow item into a dropper and firing it once. So, as I showed, if I put this in here, these will get pulled from my inventory. Although, if I just put it into this dropper here, using of course the swap, they're no longer connected. Let's look at the contraptions. Here we have a corridor with a bud line for an update suppressor on the floor. With all the contraptions nearby, this one you've already seen, it's the default shadow item generator. This one is the fast sucking system.
Calorie
And now I'll
intake
give you a demo of it.
recommended.
As you can see, it's decently fast. Yep. And you can also just unlink very easily by just picking up the item again. And as you'll see, it's gone from here. After that, we have the fast item pushing system. This is the exact opposite, basically. So this one's a bit harder. You have to make sure to lock the system to prevent server crashes. And you want to pull out the items that are inside.
Well, did I get a cuttlefish egg? I don't think so.
And then you want to place the predator, swap on this stuff.
All systems online.
And then you unlock this. And there you go.
It just said egg. Creature egg. It just says creature
You
egg.
have the dev
I don't know.
named after the modded item, which basically does the same thing. This is able to do both a mixture of sucking and pushing, so that you're able to use an item as if it was a creative inventory slot.
Egg.
And over here we have the endopearl stasis
It
chamber.
is normal when first piloting a
Basically,
prawn suit to feel
you're
a
able to
sense
do
of limitless
interdimensional
power. Prawn
and
operators
infinite travel
receive weeks
from
of
anywhere
training to counteract
by
this phenomenon.
using this setup.
You will have to make do with
And
self-discipline.
that's great, and it's activated simply by throwing any item of your choice.
Okay, I'll save it. I got lucky then. I just picked up a random egg. I'm gonna be honest, Creepy. This is all going over my head for two reasons. One, it's very technical, and two, I'm having a hard time following, paying attention. So I think this whole idea of item shadowing and wireless transfer, I wonder if, is this something that's going to be possible to do on 1.18, you think? Because I'd be down to like give it a try when I'm actually in game and can apply it, rather than just trying to watch a video on it right now. Dude, why is this thing dropping?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh my god, it punches? Oh. This thing is crazy. Okay, well, if that's the case, then 1.18, we will come back to this item, wireless item transfer stuff. All right. Well, I think this is a good stopping place for tonight anyway. I got the prawn suit. So what do I, can I like go, where do I just leave this? Just leave it here?
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Okay. Let's build a bed real quick and plant those seeds. All right, Creepy. I will see ya later. And find that. Where's that indoor bed? Okay, so I gotta build that with this thing. Wait, can this just go anywhere I want? Like the outdoor one? Okay.
Farming alien plants is a proven survival strategy. Craig McGill survived 47 months on a healthy, raw salad of live tree roaches and stagfruit.
Drop it. Where'd it go? Did it go in here? Did it go in? What's up, Shanna? I'm almost done. I'm getting off here in about 2 seconds. I was just trying to do one last thing. I gotta get food real quick. Hold on.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Ooh, what up, Nate? Long time no see. Hope things have been good. You're coming in right at the end. Oh shoot, I accidentally ate it. Wait, how do I plant them? It can either be picked up or harvested for gel sac spores by using a knife. So I wonder if I ruined it by picking it up, actually, and now I have to go back. Because if I drop it... Wait, actually. Oops. There we go. Gel sac spores. This game is pretty cool. Shanna, I actually really like it. Okay, cool. My classroom, B111. B111. It's on the bottom of the B building on the far side, by the parking lot.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. All right. Yeah, if you want to stop by, I'll be there during tutorial or most lunches, so feel free to drop in. All right, I think I am calling it now, so I will see y'all later. Oh, probably during. But you need to get a visitor pass if you're visiting during. You have to get a visitor pass from the front office. So, but yeah, during is usually better because you might catch more people on campus. People leave, obviously, after school, so you may miss them. That's my recommendation. But you never know. All right.